Hey, it's Monday evening.
Hey, look it, your mic's working. You're not muted.
I know, holy shit. And please remember that, this is an 18 plus show. It says on the bottom. That way I don't get
Yeah,
yelled at for my
there you
language
the ticker's right there.
and
Right
my, dark
there.
sense of humor.
Yes,
So
the dark.
deal with it.
It's fun as we share this out.
Yeah. Somebody once told me.
How did you know that was in my head? Ha ha! I wonder how.
Because
Mm.
I heard it, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh,
It's like you could read minds or something.
it's like I have ESPN or something.
Yes. Tune in Tokyo.
Tune in Tokyo.
So while
We're
we wait for
dialing
our
it up.
friends, while our friends wait till our lovely fans and friends come in.
Yeah.
How was Thanksgiving for
Thanksgiving was great because I decided to not deal with work, at least the place that I was working at the time. Um, I do have a new job, so I just kind of left them on, hold until
pause?
Sunday morning. Yeah.
That's good. Thanksgiving here was good. Mom got to be with us this year, which was nice. She got released from the big A,
The big A,
the big A.
at least
Um,
for the day.
yeah, for the day, which was nice. Um, so that was good. And then I call him my second son, but my nephew. We went to go pick him up and bring him the night before, so he got to hang out with Jacoby and Kelly, and it was fun. It was fun all the way
Oh,
around
good,
this year.
good,
So
good, 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 good. But yeah, this past weekend it was a lovely relaxation weekend. I didn't do homework. I barely knew I was in the world. I hung out with family. You know,
hmm
spent a lot of time sleeping as well. Um, Other than that, I didn't do much of anything. So
and that's okay because sometimes you need to recharge the battery.
yeah, but now I'm trying to play catch up with homework. That way I can have it done on time. And I don't get in trouble and my grades drop because right now I'm holding straight A's.
Mm,
I don't want to do it. God,
don't be a naughty boy because you know who's coming around in 3 days.
I ain't scared.
3 days, he may lick you or switch you, either one.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Exactly.
Anyway, anyway.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the cat's out of the bag if people didn't already know. I mean, maybe they don't.
I mean, the hint was pretty on par. If for people that right in our circles, they should have been able to
Yeah, they
decipher that
could.
that was Krampus. At least my lovely rendition of him for the flyer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and considering we are 3 days before Krampus knocked, so
Exactly. So, but yeah. But for those that don't, so Krampus, he's a horned half goat, half human. Let's see. He's got one foot that's it's got like a hoof and claw. He's got pointy tongue. He's got fangs. You know, he wears bells, canes, and he's an all around an exciting, fun time.
and he's a large fan of boxer briefs. So
Um, yeah. Um, so in Bavarian, Krampus is it's quote unquote dead or rotten, and German it's claw. So why not have a good time? Um, So everybody that I'm sure um, origins aren't really nailed down. Some people say, that I guess we want to call like his origin story because we want to be like superheroes or whatever or magical powers. Um,
This is a villain story, not a superhero story.
well, he could be a hero in someone's
Good
book.
evening, everybody.
I mean, he could be a hero to some parents. Just saying, if they didn't want their rotten kids anymore, he could be a hero.
I mean, only to the parents because the kids are like, "No, don't take me
Exactly.
away."
Exactly. They're like, no. Um, as I get a vision of kids running down, I don't want you to lick me. So, but they do say that he's part, obviously, of pagan ritual. Of course, the winter solstice. Um, they say that he legend is he's the son of Hel, the Norse god of the underworld.
Yup.
So there's that about him. Um, and the other thing that I was telling people today at work that we're gonna either tune in now or they were gonna watch the replay because we were talking about it. They're like, "Oh, there's only one of him," and I go, "No, there's not. There's never saying that there's only one of him. There's multiples of him. I mean, he can manifest. I guess is the right word.
Sounds close enough.
I mean, if he can open the portals of the underworld, he can do most anything. What? Look at that. That's an Ottersberg. How are you, sir? Um, yeah. So the thing is that most people don't know, and we've talked about this. His partner in crime, he's got a sidekick.
He does.
He does, and people don't realize this. I just like to say he's Saint Nicholas's evil twin, his yin to his yang,
The
pretty
evil twin,
much.
the partner
Um,
in crime.
Partner in crime, probably. Um, so in December 5th, that's Krampus night. So he follows along, and I actually did find a video, and I'll post it afterwards because I didn't want to give it away. Um, of an actual town doing this. They actually do this. That have Saint Nicholas and they have Krampus in tow together, and they go and they almost to me it's like they terrorize the kids of the town and the families. It's kind of fun to watch. Um,
I mean, it sounds like fun regardless. So,
I mean, it is. The video that I did get to see, Saint Nicholas comes in, they say a prayer, and Krampus is like, there's 4 or 5 of them, and they're at the windows, and they're like clawing at the windows, and the kids are going, "What
I
is
mean, and
going on?"
there's the town parades right now as well.
Yes,
They've already started. I've seen several videos, and they're cool looking.
they are. I mean, it looks like it's a fun time. I
Honestly, it
mean,
makes me want to make a costume with half Krampus and half Santa Claus, and just run around like I don't know who I am anymore.
and actually, I mean, that's a really good idea because with all the videos that I was looking, nobody's actually done that yet.
I'm surprised.
So I am really surprised with all these cosplayers out there and these people that dress up as Krampus. They take it seriously.
They sure do.
They take it seriously. I mean, some of them breathe fire. I mean, they the parade that they have, they will go over to the kids and they'll pick kids up and they'll take them down the street and the kids will be going, "Oh my goodness!" Then some of them are laughing because they think it's the greatest thing
I
ever.
I mean, I like to breathe over the blood alcohol limit, but
Yeah.
to each their own.
Yes. And then they'll go around because they obviously they will have switches. Some countries that he is celebrated in, he carries switches around. Other countries, it's actually a whip. Um, so he
Either way, it sounds like a good time.
it does. I mean, it does. It does. So they'll come in tandem. So Saint Nick, not Santa, Saint Nick will leave good things, presents for the good kids. Now Krampus
Likes to punish the bad
likes to
kids.
punish and the ones that misbehave. So,
However, that's the list I want.
so he carries his basket, which in tow, what does his counterpart have? He has got a bag that you pull things out of. Krampus's you put in. So he will put kids in the basket and take them to hell. Um, some of them he'll just switch. Um, some he'll lick, and then obviously one
Yeah,
will
he
be. I
does.
mean, they do. He does bad things. He may drown them. Just saying. So Facebook, don't come for me with that. Um, but yeah. Um, and then countries we're talking about Austria, Germany, Czech, also, all the Czech Republic, Hungary, so all the Slav countries, it's
Like right in
pretty,
that main region.
yeah, that main region. Um, it's a fun. I mean, they have a weekend. They will do December 5th, which is Krampus night, and then they have the Feast of Saint Nicholas, which is you know, you wake up and you go, "Yay, I'm here!" So I must have behaved, and I have presents. And then if you don't wake up and you're not home, then you know why. Or if you say, "Hey, where's Johnny?" I guess Krampus came and took him. I mean, I don't.
Floating down the river.
Yep. Um.
Forgot
So
my paddle and my swimmers.
all right. So we talked about it. They have the Krampus Luffler, yeah, which is the Krampus. Like they have parades that we talked about. They will have an actual Krampus run where they dress up as Krampus and they're running through the streets of the town. There's also, which I thought was kind of cool. It's Krampus carton, which is that's the exchanging of holiday cards that have him on it,
Hmm.
which I just think that's awesome. I really, really do.
As long as they have one you open up, there's the tongue.
You know what? I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it for sure that there are, because some of the older ones, like, I mean, this isn't something new. This is like 1800s, 1890s. We're talking about. This isn't like something. It's new to us here because it's exploded
Yeah.
over here for America, but over, you know, in the
And
Alpine region, because that's the technical term for that area. Um, I mean, Krampus celebrations right now are happening in Cleveland, Ohio, Los Angeles, New Orleans, Washington, D.C. They have parades. They have Krampus Con. I mean, that's pretty cool.
that is kind of cool.
Krampus Con is kind of that. I saw that. I was like, that's kind of cool.
I mean, they were supposed to have Krampus in Pikeville, Kentucky, but he got canceled. And we won't discuss why because I'm not getting yelled at by a certain group of people. Um,
Exactly. Exactly. Because um he wears chains and bells now. This is not m- me agreeing with anybody, but the reason why he wears the bells and the chains is because it symbolizes the binding of what he is, which is supposed to be the devil, by the Christian church. But on the
and
other hand, some people say that's like an early detection of, oh my, oh, I better fly right. I hear the bells.
yeah,
Like, oh, the bell, like he's coming.
and actually, the Catholic Church tried to ban Krampus, and it did not go well. So they had to take and change their stance on Krampus. That way, they didn't lose a big section of people in Europe.
Yep. I mean, he was banned for a brief time in Austria from 1934 to 1938. He was for that little time period of a gap. Um, 1953, they tried to say that it was too traumatic for the children to see this. I mean, it is because you could say, if you don't come, you don't behave. Krampus comes, and he puts you in a basket. He takes you away.
Yeah, the first and second World War was okay, but Krampus too much. We can't do it no more.
Yep. So, um, so when the closest that I could find, honestly, truthfully, when Krampus here in the United States and in America, um, got traction, is 2004. And it was an art director and a graphic designer named Monte Beauchamp. He actually published a book of Krampus cards, and he actually knows about Krampus, understands what Krampus is about, and was an avid fan. So that kind of piqued the interest. And then here comes 2015. We all know, if you haven't known, um, the Krampus movie. Of course, I think there's a couple, like, I'm going to call them C and D rated Krampus movies, but the main one was 2015.
Which is on Max right now.
So, which is a great holiday movie. So go watch it. Um, Actually, I think
And
we're
you can
gonna
follow it
watch
up
it.
with the Grinch too.
I mean, isn't Grinch kind of an embodiment of him to a point? Also,
I'm gonna hide in a mountain because I hate people, and then only come
hmm
out to torture others. I mean, yeah.
I mean, isn't he kind of sort of? So, um, but yeah, so that really peaked with the film, and I said I think we're gonna. Jacoby expressed interest in it, so a few years back, and I was like, "Don't think you're ready for it. Think now he's ready for it, so we might do it this year." So, but yeah, um, yeah, I talked about the early warning system, which I kind of think I kind of like that, is because like as you're a kid and you hear like your parents and your grandparents and your aunt and your uncles, and you're living in this small, I want to say hamlet of a village, but sometimes there are, or and you're sitting there, and that's part of your culture, and that's how you, like, where I know I've said hundreds of times, Santa's looking and he's got the list. Do you want to be on the list, the good list or the naughty list? Do you want coal, or do you want, and they're going, they don't get coal, they're getting switches and licks and dragged off to hell and never coming back just because you didn't fly right and do your
Hooray!
chores.
Oh wait, sorry, wrong reaction. I apologize.
I mean, no, it's hey, you know what? Sometimes we just have to have some nice sense of humor involved with this, because some people, I mean, it's a big deal. Krampus is a big deal. So, there is, for those people, um, if I can find it, because I caught it briefly and I read an article and they said that there actually is a 3D virtual tour of this museum. There is a Krampus museum in Kitzbühel, Austria. That sounds kind of cool. So that might be something to, if I can throw that up on there, if we can get that up on the page.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Especially after I read that it's like it's a, there's a 3D walkthrough, you know, not because not everybody can go get on a plane and go to Austria.
Damn it.
I mean, I wish I could, because there's a lot of cool shit over there. So I'd kind of like, you know, I got family from the Black Forest, so I mean, of Germany, because I'd like to be there.
I like their ham.
You would, um, but some people at my job asked me, "Is there a way, if you could appease him to like change his mind, um, about things because it states like if you Google him and you go, 12 facts about or 20 facts about Krampus or whatever. I thought this one was you can appease him with schnapps.
which is the
So
most German thing ever.
which makes sense. So my whole thing is,
Please
you
don't
know,
take me, sir. I'll
yeah,
give you some schnapps.
exactly.
Yes, do it.
Exactly. No, you. Oh, oh man, I really wanted you were on the list twice this last year, and I really wanted to take you. Now I can't.
I
Um,
guess I'll just drink my schnapps.
and just drink the schnapps. And I was trying to find like so like if that happens like what is supposed to like does he sit and have a conversation with you and say you need to be better and then let you go? I mean I don't know. Um, the other thing that I thought was fascinating about over here is Los Angeles has a Los Angeles Krampus organization that people can sign up and belong to. It's like a fan club. I guess that's
I mean, it is California.
I mean he'd kind of fit there, wouldn't he? I mean, come on now.
I mean, if he's wandering around Skid Row, nobody's going to know the difference. So,
Exactly, exactly. Um, yeah, so I thought that was pretty like I thought those were some interesting things. Um,
I bet he stays at the Cecil Hotel too.
I was just gonna say that. I guarantee you he's probably got the penthouse, the top floor, top corner. I guarantee it. Why not?
Why not? Or
Why not?
somewhere closer to the basement.
Oh, that too. I mean, that too. But who's to say you don't got a Krampus sandwich? You've got because there's not only one, there's multiple. So who's to say he could be in the basement and in the penthouse? So
Yeah, you never know.
you never know. Um, I mean,
And I'm
he's
not
got
going to LA to find out. So,
no, no. I mean, I'd like to go to LA, but not in this time period. Maybe 60s. Kind of would like to be there. Um, just some of the shows that he's either been on or a character of. Grimm, which I did like Grimm in the beginning. I really liked Grimm.
Grimm
Um,
was a fun show,
Supernatural, of course.
of course.
Doctor Who, which I was surprised about that, but he's on Doctor Who.
Uh, Not really. That's not a big surprise.
Um,
Consider it's a British show, and
yeah, I mean that is true, and that was probably a holiday Christmas special.
yeah,
Um, American Dad. Now I want to go find that episode of American Dad.
that sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm. So he's got. I mean, over here, I mean, he's slowly but surely gaining, a cult following. If I'm just gonna, not that we're plugging and we get anything out of this, but if you're in the Columbus, Ohio area between, let's see, December 6th to the 8th, and then the 13th to the 15th, it's called Krampus's Haunted Christmas Experience. The website looked kind of cool. I don't see. I don't know anything about Ohio other than what Ohio is.
It's flat.
So, um, yeah. So I don't know, but if you're in that area, why not?
It is just a couple hour drive, but nah. I had to work Saturday anyway, so that wouldn't
Hmm.
work out.
So I thought that was kind of cool that there's like this, Krampus
Event happening in
haunted,
Columbus.
you know, like just I guess you want to say Halloweenish because Christmassy, festive, winter solstice party with the pictures.
It's almost like a haunted house designed around Krampus instead of around the spooky stuff of Halloween.
Yep.
Um, which is cool, which is fun. I just that's not really my scene most of the time.
Mm, yeah. But if those, because you got those people that they get in, like we said, they really get into that Krampus. They play that part over in some of those parades that I've seen in the last couple days over in Germany and Austria, the smaller towns. Man, they got everybody screaming. They're pulling down the police barricades, to scare, like these guys that and women dress up as Krampus, and they go to town. They have a fun time. I will say that.
Oh yeah, there's slew of them. It's like it's an entire parade of people dressed up as
Mm.
Krampus,
Mm-hmm.
like marching with banners and playing drums, and it's an insane sight to
Yep.
look at. Um, I highly suggest people to take and check that out
Mm-hmm.
because it looks like a good time. I would definitely do that instead of the haunted house, but that's just
Yeah.
me. And then hit a bar afterward, but that's beside the point. Um,
Exactly. I mean, especially like especially on YouTube, you can get a lot of Czech Republic, like their news organization. So their news is and I mean there was one that it was an hour long, and it was an hour long, and they just had a camera set up, and they had everybody just walking by, and everyone's version of Krampus is different.
yeah.
They have this, has the same mentality, still, black or brown fur, horns, the bells, chains. I mean, there was one. They interviewed her, and I said I wish I could, find out, translate what she said. I mean, she was walking down. She was an older lady, and she was walking down with a walker down this thing. It was like she was. It was a hot. It was. She was having fun, no matter how you looked at that.
That is phenomenal in so many
I
ways.
mean, and her walker was all decked out, like, and it was, and she's just walking down, going up to the barricade, and you can hear her like growling at the kids and snatching girls, and they'd pull girls over, children over, boys, men, and they're all out there switching, and they're going, ow, ow, I was good, I was good. So I mean, it is,
Lies. I know better.
it's a fun time. Like, could you, like, I don't know, makes me really want to go to one, like find one somewhere, but see, like, that wouldn't fly up here. But then again, I don't know. Actually, wait a minute. No, Krampus does show up in Mystic.
Oh yeah.
He does show up at, yes, he does. He does show up up in Mystic. So I'm gonna have to go to their website and go look and see, because he walks the village, and you can get
I was
pictures
just
with him
there last year, but that was during the summer.
during the
So
summer. But he comes. Yep, he comes. And if it's the same dude that does it every year, like, I want he's a tall dude to begin with. I want to say he's on 3 foot walking stilts on top of it, so he is like this menacing, scary individual. And what I love about him is he wears the Santa jacket, which is kind of cool. Not like this. So he does. So he obviously knows some of the lore and some of the things that make Krampus great. But he walks, and he's got the basket. So I said I'm gonna have to go now. I'm gonna have to go and look and see when they're gonna do it. Yeah, he's pretty big. He's menacing. He's a menacing dude. And he's like walking behind people, like, because people are there. It's the if you don't know, because you don't, um but you can go on and look. It's the Mystic. It's in Mystic, Connecticut. It's next to the Mystic Aquarium. It's a little village. There are all these cute little shops and things there, and
it's
um,
actually really cool.
it is. And he's like, as you're shopping and whatever, he's so freaking quiet. He's walking behind people, just like menacing, learning. And then when they look and there's like, oh, so it is a good time. So I'm gonna have to double check and see. But I wish we'd have like some kind of like organized parade like that, where like there's fire breathing Krampus and all this debauchery that goes with it, because it looks like it's a fun time.
I mean, it really does. Maybe one of these days I'll make it across the sea, and
Yeah, maybe.
I've got an England trip to make first because I have a ton of friends that have invited me to come investigate, and of
Mhm.
course I have my own investigation I want to do over that way. But then wandering into Germany sounds like a good time.
I
Um,
mean, why not?
it's like, how did you get here, sir? Well, I was in England, and then I was in a pub, and then next thing I know, I'm in Germany.
Yeah.
I'm really not sure how I got here, but I'm not exactly a smart man, so
I mean, somebody gave me this, really, it's called the boot, and they gave me the boot, and they said drink, and I just drank, and I don't know what happened after. And for those people that need the boot, it's an actual boot that's about like that big, and they fill it full of beer, and they just hand it to you and drink.
are you a friend of old Greg? Have you ever drank Bailey's from an old boot?
So, but yeah, that's in a nutshell. I mean, that's kind of what Mr. Krampus. I mean, he does have counterparts. I tend to think that would roll with him, like this gang. There's the who some people say is his wife, but a lot of people don't say it's the Frau. Was it Frau Perchetta? She's a witch. Um, I like her what she does. She'll rip your guts out and she replaces them with garbage.
Now that's
Ouch.
what I call recycling.
So there is. I did run across her. Some people say that's his wife. Some people say it's not. You know. I don't find that anywhere to like, oh, he has a wife and I get why, cuz what, Saint Nick has Mrs.
Mrs.
Claus,
Claus.
so
Yeah.
why not have a Frau Perchetta? I think that's how you say it, Perchetta.
I mean, still, gets are more biocomposable compared to trash anyway. So we're just going to stuff it inside the body so it breaks down faster and just let the guts fall apart it
Yeah.
right there. Um,
Another guy, which I could see him rolling with him. It's
wait,
the
that explains a lot. Never mind.
that does explain a lot for you.
That explains a lot. That
Uh,
that's what's going on in there. Now I understand.
um, there's the Bell's nickel, which is in Germany. He I mean, he's bad, but he's not like ultra bad. Um, he hands out both candy and whippings at the same time.
It is Germany.
I mean,
They have places where you can go and visit dominatrixes. So it is Germany. That's just a male counterpart to that.
exactly. Um, Another one, which the name, which made me think of like, oh, a certain family, but then it made me also think of a certain movie afterwards. So there's this in France. There's Hans Trapp, which I always like. I saw that first when I was reading it. And I'm like, the Von Trapp family, and I'm like, wait a minute, hold on here. Is that Von Trapp or Trap? So it was Trap. He's a he's a Satan worshiper who lives in the forest and only comes out during Christmas. But he's dressed as a scarecrow to scare the children into being good, which made me think of what movie? Jeepers Creepers and the Scarecrow.
Jeepers Creepers.
I think is that the Scarecrow? That's like I think. And they
Jeepers
were
Creepers is a crazy wing dude that drives the big scary
the big
truck.
truck, but they have him looking like a scarecrow in the field,
Yeah.
which made me which I was like, okay, so we just got some random dude that just come like comes out every year just at Christmas just to terrorize everybody.
Which that first movie was just a lot of fun because there's a
Mm,
lot of creep factor to that.
yeah, I mean the simple fact of the matter, like you're walking through and then you're looking up and it's like I don't like scarecrows to begin with because of that because I'm like, are they gonna move? Are you gonna move? Like you gonna jump scare me? Like especially like Halloween time when Jacoby was little and we would go out and you'd walk by because Keith's done it. Keith talks about it when he would he'd sit on the porch and he'd just sit there and then scare the kids. Like that was like my biggest like heart attack moment. So like that dude would scare me.
I mean, also just being followed in that big freaking truck the whole time, like
Mm-hmm.
just running down on top of you and stuff, and then just vanishing, and then coming back and being right back on top of you again.
Mm-hmm. Some scary stuff. And then I thought this one was interesting. Now I'm gonna probably butcher this because I don't speak Icelandic. Um,
Yeah, you're gonna butcher it.
I'm gonna butcher it. He goes, "Nah, I scared the adults." I'm sure you did. Um,
If it's any fairness, I scare myself in the middle of the night when I go pee. So, oh god, there's a mirror.
that's why I don't like mirrors. Well, and other things. Um, so I'm probably gonna butcher it. Jola Cotronim, I guess.
Oh yeah, you butchered that.
I'm
Yeah.
sure I did. I sure I did. He's an Icelandic Christmas cat.
Oh yeah, the giant Christmas cat that
Yep.
wanders around.
Who will eat you if you don't do your chores. But if you behave, he will give you new clothes. That's all I could really find on him on that much. I thought that was kind of funny. A giant Christmas cat, like he will eat you, chomp chomp. But if you behave, he will. Hey, here's some new clothes. What you got for me, Raymond?
I I don't even know. It's like if you misbehave, you will die.
Yep.
But
But
oh,
if you
you've been a
behave,
good girl. Have this nice new dress and
exactly,
the matching shoes.
exactly. So I thought that was funny.
Thanks, but it's like negative 35 degrees outside. What's this dress going to do for me?
Yep. And then I found another one. It's the Gurla. She's the owner of a Yule cat and the mother of the Yule lads, and she haunts children. So the Yule lads, there's 13 of them. Each of them make their own mischief and by their names, which I didn't get their names according to their names. So I'm like that could be scary.
I mean, I make enough mischief for all 13 of them. So there's that.
I mean, why not?
And of course, we cannot forget one of my favorite creatures that comes out around this time of year, and that is in the Welsh community, and is pronounced Marie Lloyd. Is definitely not spelled that way, but you know
Hmm.
that's how it's pronounced. Um, and it's basically a rap battle with this horse, you know, horse-looking creature that wanders up to your door and knocks on your door, and it's basically a singing battle that involves alcohol. So there's a reason it's a favorite.
I mean, it's the Welsh. What else are they gonna do?
There are so many things I could say to that, but I'm not going to.
And I'm not saying nothing either because
I,
I
I
know.
don't know how many friends on here are one uh, from Wales and two, have family from Wales. So, um,
Yes, or have family that I don't know of that I apparently I do according to ancestry. I'm Welsh. I don't know, which makes sense.
but that one's a good time, and they even have parades and stuff that involve Marie Lloyd. So, um,
I'm gonna have to go look that up now. That just it just intrigues me.
but yeah, you'll just see the skeletal horse head come up to your door and it knocks and stuff, and you have to sing back and forth. Uh,
What
and
happens
there's
if you don't
alcohol
sing?
involved.
What happens if you don't want to sing?
I I do not remember. Give me just a second.
Because that's what I'm curious. Like you come knock on my door, and I have like laryngitis, and I can't sing. So what? Like what happens?
Is there somebody still in the audience that knows this? I doubt it. Okay, I'm getting somewhere.
Let me see.
Let's see here.
Okay, so the group visits the house. Okay, so hold on here. So there's a group. So she's carried by a group of men who sing and dance. They may also be accompanied by other characters such as Punch and Judy, a jester or a lady. So the group visits the house, sings Welsh songs, and asks for entry. And the households usually deny entry or also through song. If the householders allow entry, they're given food and drink. But they don't say like if you don't. So if you so you don't want to deny her because if you do, you're gonna have good luck for the year. So you want her in the house,
Yeah,
but she's mischievous and she will steal and chase people. So on between Christmas Day and and 12th night. That sounds. Oh, I know. Okay, yeah. Now that I see the pictures of this, oh yes.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah, now yeah.
but it's
I
a
mean,
fun
that just
tradition
sounds
as
like
well.
yeah, that's just like a good old time. That's cool. That is cool.
It really is. Honestly, I just want to see him wandering around with the costume and stuff and the horse
Mhm.
head, and just to listen people go back and forth with their basically rap battle in
That,
Welsh. I won't
that
understand half of it, but it'll be funny to listen to. Um,
yeah, Welch is a
Beast of its own.
yeah, that's yeah, to try like what? Wait, slow down and say that again and you still can't understand it.
I'd have a better chance of understanding, someone speaking that's from Scotland than Wales. And it's funny because people were like, How do you understand him?" Because I have a buddy that does a podcast that is from Scotland. They're like, "How do you understand him?" I'm like, "Well, I speak fluent drunk, and it's very, very on par. So,
Awesome. Oh, and if anybody's just like I guess I don't know because this is how I am because I'm like that person that wants like those fun facts. The actual branches that he uses to whip and or switches or whatever you want to call them, whip them with is birch, which makes sense.
and he actually plays Devo the whole time.
Uh, you-
Whip it, whip it, shape
I'm
it,
surprised somebody. That's there's got to be. That's now. I'm gonna go see if somebody's ever done that, just to be a different kind of.
whip it.
I mean, I would. Why not be different?
Have um, Krampus wearing '80s clothes and the Devo hat.
Or walking around with the Whip It song.
Yeah,
You know.
with the Devo hat on.
Yeah. Why not?
You had to have the hat on if you're going to do it.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Like this is why I'm not allowed fun things because I would take it over the top and you know become a menace to everyone involved. So
But but here but that's the fun part of it though. I mean that's the but that's the fun. I mean that's the fun part is to take on the persona of Krampus and make Krampus your own. So why not? Oh,
which
do I, wait a minute.
which is
Wait
me
a minute.
becoming everybody's problem. What?
Wait a minute. Are the gears turning for a Scarefest costume?
Maybe.
Mm.
Maybe. I mean, this past year I ran around as um, Ace Ventura from the asylum scene, which anyone who's old enough to have watched Ace Ventura in the asylum scene, he's in a pair of boxers, a pink tutu, and a button-up Hawaiian shirt. And that's how I ran around during Kids Day, skipping and twirling and all kinds of stuff. I was everybody's problem, and people
Well,
loved it.
aren't you
So
always? I mean, aren't you always?
that's half the point. I'm
Mhm.
everybody's problem. It's too late. You fed me. You're stuck with me. Now I'm going to be your problem. And away I went. Um,
Fun times. Fun times. It's fun times to be had by all. That's what I say.
yeah, because I would duck in and out booths and like peek at people and stuff. I would hide with the candy and all kinds of shit. Um, little kids coming through looking for the candy, and I'm hiding with the bowl. It's mine. Get away. I'll set it back so they can get a piece of candy.
Here, you can have the Raisinets.
Take the milk duds. I don't like those.
Yeah. Or what's
Pass,
that other one?
pass
What's
some
that?
whoppers.
Did you say have some bratwurst?
Whoppers.
Oh,
The little
Whoppers. Well,
whoppers.
it's better than Big Macs. But I'm bumped. I had to just because you said Scarefest. Oh, here comes Ronald.
You look a little thirsty. Yes, sweetheart, have you a drink? I
Schnapps.
just don't understand why you wouldn't eat the Big Mac. Was it me? Was it something I did? All I want you to do is try the Big Mac.
With some schnapps to keep Krampus away.
Only served in Germany.
I did find something that I thought was interesting, but I don't know where. I can't like fact check this. Um, but they were saying that Krampus he doesn't have a weakness, but if he's given fruit, like an apple or an orange, by a child, then um, he'll actually sit down with them and share with them this fruit. and have a conversation, and he will leave them alone. I don't know where they got this information from. I don't know. I mean,
However,
if
the whole time I'm sitting here thinking, I wonder if Russia has McFaka. Yes, I'm completely off the rails with this conversation at this point.
yes, yes. So I mean that's I guess if you're gonna have schnapps, I guess you gotta have fruit with it. So maybe I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, because an apple tastes great with peppermint schnapps.
I mean,
Um,
an orange might maybe, but I mean the apple I can't see, but an orange I could see. I don't know. I found
no,
that
that
was
still
interesting.
wouldn't taste great.
I find that was interesting. I was like, people were actually like looking up and asking about a weakness. So I don't know. I don't know. But he also was in Call of Duty, I think like 2 years ago
I'm
as a
not sure on
character.
that.
I think so. I'm trying to remember. Here's Keith. Weakness: evergreen stake. Krampus could be killed by being stabbed with a stake made from a branch of an evergreen dipped in the blood of the dark side of God himself. I mean that's kind of awesome. And guess why an evergreen tree? I mean, I hello, because what do we bring in? You bring in evergreens to appease the gods, so they don't, they're warm, not frozen outside. That's why we bring our trees in, because Christmas is part pagan. Ooh, did I say that? Oh, oops, 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 oops,
As
oops.
I'm like, let me hold the steak here. Drip, drip, drip. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
I mean, yeah, quite the yeah. That's like some that's quite the requirement. That's like, hey, we're going on a mission. We need this. Make sure you got the evergreen. That's like almost like a episode of Buffy. Like they've got to get all this stuff, or Charmed, and they got to get all this stuff together, and then you got to throw it all together, and okay, we're good to go.
Sounds like a D&D side mission, side quest.
That too.
I don't know why that wasn't in Lord of the Rings. Quick, throw the dwarf at him. That'll distract him for long enough for the rest of us to
Because
get
they'll
away.
think it's a kid. They'll think it's a kid. That might have been off. And you know what? And I wouldn't be surprised if that's off of Supernatural.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I still say throw the dwarf at him. At least he'll hit him with the axe a few times while the rest of them run away.
I mean, not only that, he'll think it's a kid.
You'll have to toss me. Not a word to the elf. You have my word.
As I roll an 8. Okay.
You miss the ledge and he falls to the ground and grabs his back. Oh, my back!
that yeah. That might half not be that's a pretty good
Campaign idea.
campaign idea. That really is. But I will say this, we didn't touch upon everything because it's pretty much all, I mean, it's standard. I mean, there's nothing really eye opening and, you know, shock awe with him. Us just other that most people don't understand that Krampus and Saint Nick are they're buddies. Or as I like to say, twins, good and evil. So
I mean, that's because Krampus is mad he didn't get the lovely white beard and stuff and the red outfit.
so basically he's Fred Claus.
He's Fred Claus. He sure is. He's Fred
He's
Claus.
Fred Claus. He's just pissed. Man, you get that, you get all this, and look what I gotta go do. I gotta go lug kids around.
It's like you get this awesome sleigh you get to ride around in, and I had to fucking walk everywhere. Dick.
Well, not
Can you give
necessarily,
me a ride?
because this is why I say if he's a god
Every
of,
year I ask for a ride, and all you do is take them fly off without me, and I had to fucking walk through the cold and the snow, and I'll
but
beat you with my reed one of these days.
but if he's a god, if he is a son of Helf, Norse god, he can open up portals and be able to walk through them. Just
Maybe he
plain.
wasn't special enough to get that power.
I mean, maybe I don't know.
Thanks, Mom, for
I don't.
nothing.
I'm just like I'm pulling at strings here to think of an idea that hey he
You're
gets a
you're you're
sleigh.
trying to be an optimist to my pessimist, and it's
I'm
not
trying.
going to
I'm
win.
trying. I'm trying.
It,
You know.
it's not going to win this situation.
And but then again, think about this. He has to babysit kids in hell, and Santa goes, "Yeah, you got to deal with them. I've got to deal with the elves." Do you understand that?
Yeah, Krampus is still begging for the schnapps, so just give me a
Mhm.
drink. Just give me a drink. That way I can get this night over with.
Could you imagine if you could do the roles reversed?
Roles reversed.
Mm-hmm. That one in like a millennial, and be like, Santa come over and go, "Hey,
Grumpy dude.
you want to,
Exactly.
hey, you want my
This
job
guy
for
gets it.
tonight? Let's switch. See how it feels." I mean,
And
Keith, I'd
then
be grumpy too. Well,
Nick would be like, "So can I get a ride too now?" No, you never gave me a ride. Fuck you. Gone.
so
Or being Krampus, I'd just leave everybody sticks.
here, have a stick. There's a note. Beat your sister with this.
I'm in a hurry. Beat yourself. I'll see you later.
Yes, I have a lot of sticks to hand out this
I
year. I
have
got
a lot of sticks.
so, but I will do my best. I will go find links, and I will put that stuff in our lovely on our lovely site. I will try
Hooray.
and find the especially the museum, because I am interested, because they did have one shot of masks that were definitely didn't give a time period, but you could definitely tell that they were some old stuff that people were doing, because I mean you had people in villages dressing up, going, like I said, like I found that one video that they were going, and they were going to the houses of the families and saying, "Look, here's Krampus.
It's Krampus.
He's coming to take you away.
Krampus.
He's
The
coming to
new
take you
Broadway hit.
away. Ha ha, ha ha. Jokes on you."
It's the new Broadway hit. Krampus.
I'm surprised somebody hasn't yet. Give them time. I'm sure they will.
It was my idea first.
Maybe instead of writing a book, you should write a musical
Yeah. No, no.
or a play. Krampus. Krampus. You had the movie. Now the play.
And just have him run through the crowd and just beat people with sticks.
Oh my God!
Um,
Could you imagine that? Oh,
I,
running
I
down
I
the
would get
aisle.
canceled
Whack,
so fast.
whack, whack.
Like the whole time the play is going on, and stuff you never see Krampus on stage, and then he just sneaks out of the back and just starts whacking people,
Mm-hmm.
making his way toward the stage.
Picking up people and going, "I'm taking you, and I'm taking you, and you're taking you."
Just throwing
Here,
people over his show.
schnapps. Here, schnapps. Ah, I like you, sir. Thank you.
Throwing people over his shoulder and packing them to the stage and just tossing them down through a hole in the stage. This is Sparta. Just kidding. This is Germany.
Could be.
Would you like a shower?
I am sorry.
I apologize, Lord. That was uncalled for.
Oh, that was
I'm so sorry, Lord.
wow.
I apologize, everybody. My
No, no.
my sense of humor
We're just
turned
gonna
dark
leave that there.
fast.
We're not. Nope. 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 Nope.
Oh, it was a
As I
terrible,
roll
terrible
a
joke. I'm
nine.
sorry.
Okay.
It was a terrible joke. I apologize. Or do I? I don't really care. It was funny.
See, this is what happens. See, this is what we're talking about. He becomes a menace to us. See,
I
here's
am
your proof,
a menace.
people.
I am a menace. And you all gave me a platform.
I
uh,
mean,
so yeah, I tried to mute myself again. Uh, I do apologize. That turned dark fast. My true sense of humor is showing. Um,
I
I've worked in healthcare way too long, and if anybody knows anything about working in healthcare, if you don't have a dark sense of humor, it is
yes.
hard to survive.
And then everybody would ask you, "What's wrong with you?" Because you don't have a dark sense of humor.
Yeah. However, I also wander into, spooky buildings talking to myself in the middle of the dark because I don't believe in flashlights. And I figure if I'm going to meet some of these things on their turf, I'm going to meet them on their terms
Exactly.
and have a conversation.
Which I would like to think that if I was on the other side of the veil, that's how I would like to be met. So I would feel comfortable and safe speaking with someone.
Ugh.
But we won't find that. I won't find that out until I'm on the other side of the veil talking to somebody. So
Yeah, I won't talk to anybody. I'll just stand there menacingly
I could
staring
see
at
you
them,
just standing there. What you talking about? Giving that side eye.
or just stand there and randomly go, I just didn't understand why you wouldn't try the Big Mac. Uh,
Hold on
i-
here. Wait a minute. Play that back. He's talking about a Big Mac. What? Play that back. Play that EVP back.
if you all don't understand that reference, that is referring to a video on YouTube on a channel called Meat Canyon, and it takes Ronald McDonald to a very dark place. So, of course, I latched onto it and found it very humorous and a fun way to take and drive people nuts because there are people that cannot eat Big Macs now because of that and me. So, I apologize, McDonald's, for your lack of business
I
on the
mean,
Big Macs.
and the reason why I'm laughing so hard about that is because this past weekend with my nephew, there we were that's what we were up at like 1:30 in the morning, and that's what we were watching on YouTube. Was Meat Cannon, which was quite funny.
Yeah.
So
It even gives an explanation for the McRibs. So good luck looking at those the same way ever again after watching that as well.
because we're here to torment and twist your minds like ours.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Dun, da, da. Anyway, we have already passed our hour mark. Because 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holy crap! We've reached an hour and 5 minutes because I went completely off the rails. Um,
So I guess on the 5th, if you don't want Krampus to come to your house and you want to appease him, I guess put some schnapps out. It
Milk and
does.
cookies for St. Nicholas and some
Yep.
schnapps for Krampus.
Why not?
And if it's to appease me, I prefer Woodford. Thank you. Um,
Agreed. Wasky's better.
December 7th, to take and appease the Raymond, take and put out the Wasky and the bourbon and, a bag of Doritos. Yeah, that sounds good. Um,
Right. As everybody goes, what the hell? What the hell?
I mean, that's what most people say whenever they hear me talk anyway. So, on that note, let's call it a night before I get
Yes.
banned from TV, from Facebook and YouTube. Um,
Yes. Oops. Sorry, Facebook. Sorry, YouTube gods. Sorry.
I'm not sorry. I
Not
put the
sorry.
warning up for the adult language and content, so you
Yep.
knew what this was going to be
Mhm.
whenever you let me on here. Um,
Exactly.
but if you'd like to say your goodbyes, I'll let you say your goodbyes and I'll wrap us out.
Goodbye, everyone, and see you next week with the topic of you'll just have to wait and see.
That was awesome, Renee. Thank you. Thank you all for another lovely Monday night of, what is Raymond going to actually say on death scenes and cemeteries? Have a good night. Don't forget to try the Big Mac.